That's a fantastic, great flop for Juha, that.
And the decision is making his fast play it or slow play it.
I think he'll just slow play it. I don't think he really wants to get rid of Steve Platt. Maybe just a few thousand, you know, 8,000, something like that. Just to maybe entice him into the pot.
Help, he's trying to read a sheet of glass over there.
15,000.
15,000. Well, if he gets called, he wouldn't be too displeased.
Pass.
Score 1 for Juha Helppi. It is the first significant pot he's won off of Steve Platt since this game began. 3 left, and who's got the sheep shears here? The lamb running circles around the wolves. But still, lots of poker to play.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
The only sound right now in this studio is people shifting in their seats, and that, for Fraser, may look very big.
Yeah,
Call.
it's the kind of hand you want to try and limp in with.
Call. And no raise.
Oh, we have a family pot here, Jesse. First one.
A couple trappers here, and Steve Platt with the 3 and the 4. Big smile for the free flop. There's 18,000 in the center.
The worst hand probably will end up the best hand. No, not this time.
Check.
Well, 2 pair for
Check.
Juha, but a double belly buster for Steve Platt. Deuce or 6 would be a very sneaky straight.
8,000.
He's reached for his chips here, Ian, with a... he's totally missed the flop. Now, does Juha just call, flat call?
He's drawing practically dead.
Call.
Yep, I think that's a great call.
Platt is getting a cheap chance here. If he hits his hand, then he may just take out Helppi.
A 6 would be a great card here.
And that has given Ian Fraser some outs. King now would make him a straight of his own.
I think Juha's got to bet it here. He's had 2 callers. There's been 2 callers for Ian's hand. There's a flush draw there. He's got to think they've got something of that.
Yeah, there's 2 flush draws. It's a bit of a dangerous board.
He's
isn't it?
got to bet this. He's got to try and get him out of the pot.
25,000.
That's a great bet. That should be enough to get rid of Platt, and it should be enough to get rid of
Pass.
Fraser.
If it doesn't get rid of Fraser, I don't know what he's thinking about. You might think he's got 2 spades.
If he had 2 spades in his hand, he would call instantly because he'd have a flush draw and a straight draw, but he can't call this. He knows there's only 4 cards in the whole pack that can help him out.
Helppi has played this rather sneakily. Is there any chance that Fraser might consider Juha's bluffing?
No, not at all. He flat called him the first time, which is always very dangerous. It's got to give it up, Ian.
Pass.
Sometimes it's hard to give it up, but you know you're beaten. You just get that 6th sense you're beaten.
So Juha Helppi danced with a little danger there, but managed to sweat and burn, taking the pot down.
Played it very well. It could have been a dangerous call for him. There was a flush draw there. One of them could have been on a flush draw. He could have been outdrawn. But Ian made it very cheap, and he wanted to see a turn card. It didn't help either of them.
I was second in World Poker Tour Paris a few months ago, and that was my biggest win. I got 254,000 euros. My game plan is to play pretty aggressive and try to take control of the table if possible, because only the winner gets through. You have to be aggressive and try to win it. Second gets nothing.
He's picking up some nice cards now, isn't
Raised 15,000 total.
He's become a bit of a machine here.
he? Is Platt going to call this? Yep. It's true to form.
Look at Juha's eyes. They're all over
Oh.
Steve Platt's hands. And the Fraser, is he getting...
Do you think he's getting priced in? Do you think he's getting value for this? I think he is.
I think he's getting bored.
Call.
I think he's just decided he wants to see a flop.
He wants to
This
see
is
a
a big
flop.
flop. This is 45,000 in the pot.
Wow.
There's 3 live hands out there. Queen 6, 2 pair.
None of them's got a club. None of them have a club.
Check.
They've all got to be wary of this, Jesse. But look, Steve Platt's got 2 pair.
bear hiding up in that little tree, ready to stick his jar in the honey pot.
Do you think Platt's a little bit wary that someone might have a club or an already made flush?
Check.
Action on Helpy now.
All checked.
He wants no part of it. There's a bundle of money out there. A jack would make Juha straight. Oh, what a card. What
Check.
a card.
Check.
4 clubs on board and
All
nary a club in any paw.
No one wants it. They're all afraid that someone's got a club.
Steve Platt trying to work
Check.
this out. He'd be happy to check it down.
Yeah,
Check.
they're going to check it down. Steve Platt's going to take this pot.
Check. Okay, gentlemen, to play hands.
Queen is enough.
Yeah.
The 6 just insurance. And Steve Platt give a little speech, taking the pot down. But you know, he may have. I don't know how big a bet he would have called, but he was certainly prepared to look someone up.
That was a nice pot for him there. Now Juha's got to think, okay, I've raised quite a lot here with my ace-10, and I've got a call with a queen-6. What the hell have I got to bet to get this guy out?
Juha just put his glasses on and said, they don't do that. This doesn't happen on the World Poker Tour.
I mean, if you'd have seen Ian Fraser's cards, he would have been flabbergasted. 2-4 of spades. He's called my re-raise with 2-4 of spades. Wow.
And Steve Platt not far away from 300,000 of the 600,000 on this table, and he is in a mood right now to increase his
pass.
lead. Raise, well, Steve Platt has played a lot of hands, but one thing that's gotten respect this evening is his raises before the flop.
Most definitely. They couldn't wait to fold their cards, could they? 6 with 6 is it's a tricky kind of bet, isn't it? But it's still only 6,000 more to see a flop. And yet they passed it quicker than you can say pass.
Do you want to change chairs, Steve?
Sorry?
You're,
I'm alright.
yeah, I see. Hey.
Mad Marty, forgetting Steve Platt's name. He sees him 4 times a week.
Raise.
Big
20,000
raise
more,
there from
26
Fraser.
total.
10-6 of spades, and like you say, he doesn't really want action here, does he?
No, I think he's going to get it from Steve, though. Definitely with those 2 cards. That looks like pocket aces to him.
Call.
He is.
No, over the top.
I tell you what,
Vary a bit.
You must have deuce 4 or something.
I think Ian Fraser has a big appetite for danger. He's gotten himself in some very tricky situations this evening.
I like his play. I think he's great. Oh, look at that. He's hit trips again.
Steve Platt has the 3 jacks. If he checks here,
He's got to check here. He's got
Check.
to check. Ian will probably check his... Oh, no, he's reached for his chips. Now, this time, please, Steve, you've just got a flat call.
20,000.
You have just got to flat call. He's reached for his chips again, Jesse.
20 with 50.
Raise.
He's done it
50,000
again.
more.
He's done it again.
70 total.
Ian's got to think, what the hell is happening here?
Pass.
it's the second time.
It's the second time he's hit trips.
Yeah, on Ian Fraser. He had the best hand. He's hit trips.
I better make sure I only play aces now.
And Fraser has done a bundle of chips trying to bluff out
me to do.
Stephen Platt. It's, I think it's a road that many a Midlands player has walked down, ended up scratching a broke ass, pardon me.
Scotching as well.
Pass. Call. No raise.
Fraser doesn't want to steal this with a raise because he knows he's going to get called. So he might as well just see a free flop.
That seems to be the story. Club in Platt's hand,
Check.
and the king high as
Aye.
well.
8,000.
And Ian betting on complete air. Total air ball.
Do you think Steve thinks his 6 of clubs is good?
Oh.
Obviously.
Well, he's prepared to find out.